There's so many questions that I get about the Amazon FBA business model and private labeling especially, and one of the most common questions that I get most often is Amazon FBA worth it? Is Amazon FBA worth it going into 2020? Well, in my opinion, it's definitely not what you guys may think, and you need to stay to the rest of this video to find out exactly why. Let's go. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Prestige Amazon FBA YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, welcome to the family. My name is Andy. I've been selling on the Amazon platform for a few years now as a private label seller, and I currently put out Amazon FBA content on YouTube just for the Prestige fam twice a week. So definitely consider subscribing if you guys are interested in anything Amazon FBA. And I also have an Instagram as well that I post daily content on Amazon FBA content as well, so definitely check that out on Instagram at the official Andy Lam. If you guys haven't already grabbed the 2020 cheat sheet, I just updated it for the Prestige family, so definitely go check that out below in the description. Tons of juicy stuff in there, so definitely go check that out. And if you guys do have a Facebook, check out the Prestige Amazon FBA Mastermind Facebook on Facebook, and I'll leave a direct link below in the description. Super active group, growing every single day, answer everybody's questions there, so definitely go check that out. And if you guys are interested in a free 30-minute coaching call that I give away every single video, all you guys need to do is stay till the end of this video so you can learn how to be entered into winning that. So is Amazon FBA still worth it in 2020? Such a common question that I get, and a question that I actually think about in my mind pretty often. Not because I don't believe in the program, not because I don't believe in the business model, just because it's just because so many people are talking about it. So many people have this idea of what Amazon FBA is. A lot of people are saying it's a scam. A lot of people are saying that it's not worth it. People are saying it's too hard. People are saying it's too competitive. And there's just this big dark cloud over the whole idea of Amazon FBA private labeling. I honestly hear so many reasons why, and so many people saying why Amazon FBA, especially going into 2020, is not worth it, and it honestly blows my mind. It's still an amazing business model, and a business model that I choose and have chosen to pursue on a long-term basis. Guys, I would have not left my 9-to-5, I would have not left my form of stability to pursue this e-commerce business if I did not see it to be promising within and in a long-term sense. Even within the last few months I've been growing my business, it has grown exponentially, and it has grown at such a fast rate. I would have never seen myself growing in any other field, especially in the career that I was, or the career path that I was previously in. And not just that, I wouldn't be going after this and teaching people in my mentorship program as well how to do so if I did not see a future in Amazon FBA. That's just totally wrong, and it's just still an amazing business model going into 2020. So is Amazon FBA really worth it? I really feel as though it varies from person to person. It's definitely not something that you can get into and expect to be a millionaire overnight. It takes a lot of hard work. A lot of people get into the Amazon FBA, and I'm speaking private label, by the way, and if you're unfamiliar with what private labeling is, definitely check out some of my last videos. But I'm speaking in terms of Amazon FBA private labeling, and a lot of people are getting into this business model as a side income, a side hustle, somewhat of a hobby. Some people are just looking to create another stream of income, and Amazon FBA private labeling honestly is a great way to be able to do so. And for most cases, and a lot of people like myself, it ends up actually overtaking your actual 9-to-5 income, and then people end up leaving their 9-to-5s to pursue this because they end up seeing the scalability potential of what your Amazon FBA business could actually be. So definitely huge potential going into 2020 in my personal opinion, and as mentioned before and in some of my last videos, the the growth that I've seen in the last just 6 months of me leaving my actual 9 to 5 has been crazy. And I mean, it's February now, but just in the month of January, I've seen so much growth. And usually January, if you've been selling on the Amazon platform, is a historically very slow month, but I've actually seen it to be above my sales of the holiday season. So I'm so excited for what's to come for the rest of 2020, not just for my business, but for my students' businesses as well, and everybody else that's selling on Amazon, because there's so much growth to be done in 2020. Now, what makes Amazon FBA so worthwhile to me, there's honestly so many different aspects that resulted in myself leaving my 9 to 5 position and getting into Amazon FBA full time. Just a little about me, if you guys didn't see my previous videos and maybe my first video. I came from stability working in 9 to 5 in agricultural research. I was previously doing Amazon FBA, part-time, and within that part-time, within a year or two, I wasn't paying too much attention to it, honestly, but I was able to get that business into the 6-figure range. So after doing taxes, I was like, whoa, I 6-figure business is what a lot of people say. Eventually 7-figure and 8-figure, but 6-figure was enough for me to kind of realize, like, this is something that I could definitely take on full time, something that I could try to do while I still could. And that was honestly a risk that I was willing to take. And the future that I saw, the future that I was able to build within that Amazon FBA space and that mindset was enough for me to kind of just say, this is time for me to test this out, see where I can take it. And it definitely was an amazing choice that I had made. So at my 9 to 5, like most 9 to 5s, I was working a solid 8-hour position. And after leaving that stability, after leaving those 8-hour days, I found myself working upwards of 10 to 15 hours a day, every single day, 7 days a week. And you guys may be thinking at this point, what the heck, Andy, you left a stable job working 8 hours a day to now work 10 to 14 hours a day on a business that you're not even completely sure about. And that is partially true. Any business venture that you guys go into, there is no certainty, there's no guarantee. So you're never sure if you're going to be, if that journey is going to be worthwhile, but it's that risk that I was willing to take, and a risk that I had saw my potential trajectory going, so it was definitely worthwhile for me. And you guys may be thinking, you're working 10 to 15 hours a day, what the heck are you doing? Amazon FBA is supposed to be super passive. Are you crazy? No guys, I wasn't just purely working on my Amazon FBA business. That there's a lot of downtime, and I tell this to everybody when it comes to the Amazon FBA business. For example, if you're waiting for a shipment to come in, stuff like that, that could take a month to wait for. But I am not just doing Amazon FBA. For example, I'm also putting out Instagram content for you guys and YouTube content for you guys, as well as many other things such as running the Facebook group as well. So there's a lot of things elsewhere on my plate. So it's not just Amazon FBA, but everything's very Amazon FBA related. So that's why my days are super long, but that's how I wanted it, and that's how I'm honestly enjoying it. Most days for me, I'm not saying that most of you guys are going to be creating Instagram and YouTube content, but Amazon FBA in general can be very time consuming, and one of the limiting factors in my opinion is cash flow. So if you have a bunch of money and you're willing to throw it into Amazon FBA and creating a brand, you can constantly be working and launching products and stuff like that. So your time can be held up that way. But honestly, for the last few months, some days I'm just like, did I do any work today? And that's just the realization that I have at the end of the day, when it just doesn't seem like work anymore. And that's honestly a goal for me. I mean, a lot of people say, like, if you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. And that's honestly the point that I'm in right now of my life, which is honestly amazing. And I totally credit that to being able to pursue Amazon FBA full-time. And also, one of the biggest things that allows me to find Amazon FBA to be worthwhile, especially going into 2020, is the freedom that you guys have. I did mention that I work really long days, but if I were to travel, I just came back from Hawaii and Las Vegas on like a 2.5-week trip, I believe. It was honestly an amazing experience. I was still able to run my business wherever there was Wi-Fi. So in the hotel room, at a cafe, I was honestly just able to make sure everything was smooth. I didn't need to do too much. I was just doing, everyday work that only took maybe half an hour a day, which was nothing to run a business, and I was able to do it in the comfort of my bed. So definitely the freedom to travel, and if you guys are leveraging, ad spend and credit card points, all of that travel is free, which is crazy. So definitely worthwhile in that sense as well. So many people are actually skeptical about the Amazon FBA business model because it does not guarantee you a profit. And that is just ridiculous to me when I am thinking about people that are saying this, and they're like, well, what am I guaranteed? How much money am I going to make on the first month or second month or third month? And you guys, most of the times you may not make any money in the first 3 months of launching your product, and that is just the business model, and that's just any business model in general. Tell me one business that you can put money in and expect and guarantee a return on that investment. There's just not many, if any, business models that can guarantee you money back. And that is just the nature of business. One of the beauties of Amazon FBA is that even with the launch of a single product, a single successful product that has high traffic, could easily overtake your annual salary, your annual income, within the first, few months, 6 months or so. You can instantly see your products grow in a short amount of time, and that is just what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's crazy how much money there is to be made on the e-commerce space, and I can honestly go on and tell you guys what I love about the Amazon private label space, but I honestly narrowed it down to 5 things that I mainly want to point out that make Amazon FBA private labeling worthwhile, especially going into 2020. Now, I did mention some of these earlier in the video, but number one for why Amazon FBA is so worthwhile to me is the huge scaling potential. And as mentioned, I've seen this over the course of the last few months, and this is just a example, right? I've seen so many other people who have been able to grow their businesses much faster, and that is a goal for me, and a goal that I plan to achieve within the year of 2020 and 2021. There's just so much scaling potential, and one of the main factors that attribute that is the Amazon FBA fulfillment. You guys aren't picking and packing most of the stuff, so everything's pretty much automated, and you don't have to deal with a lot of the tedious work, which leads me to the next point, just being free. You guys have that freedom. This is number 2. You guys have that freedom to do as you please, work from wherever you want. You don't have to worry about picking and packing boxes. You can, again, work from Hawaii or work from Bali or Indonesia or wherever you want to be, as long as you have Wi-Fi, and that allows you the freedom to be where you are or be where you want to be, work your own hours. And that brings me to point number 3, which is being your own boss. Now, I don't know how many guys can say that for yourself, but I am a recent CEO of my own company, which is, something I would have never imagined myself to say. But you work your own hours, as mentioned, you do things for your own growth. Your actions result in your success. So the more work you put in, usually, depending how effective the work you put in is a result of your success. So definitely super rewarding. Amazon FBA private labeling has been able to do that for me, and I'm sure it can do that for you. Now, the 4th reason why I love and find Amazon FBA private labeling so worthwhile is that anybody can do it. It does not require a degree. It does not require a master's or PhD. Anybody can start a brand, and anybody can launch a product on the Amazon FBA. On the Amazon platform, it does not require any special skills. It's just one of the beauties of Amazon FBA private labeling, and it's a very rinse and repeat process. So once you're able to launch a product, once you're able to launch a successful product or a failed product, either way, you learn from each of those results, and you're able to put that towards the next product and, you know, continuously launch products. And that leads me to the last reason why I find Amazon FBA, especially in 2020, so worthwhile and still worth it. It is the rate of growth. And when I say rate of growth, I don't just mean the rate of growth of your business, but also as yourself as an entrepreneur and somebody launching a new product and a new brand. You honestly learn so much within a short amount of time that you would not have learned otherwise. Or I personally would have not learned this in the lab. I wouldn't have learned this in the greenhouse where I worked. It's just amazing. It's a completely new skill set that you actually learn, and it's very applicable to many different other fields if you were to leave Amazon FBA and leave that, you know, that entrepreneurship journey behind in the e-commerce space. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. I know that was a lot to take in, and I personally still feel that Amazon FBA is very worthwhile, and I would not be teaching this business model otherwise. So definitely drop a like if you found this video helpful. If you guys are interested in that free 30-minute coaching call, all you guys need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below, #Prestige Amazon FBA. And if you guys haven't already grabbed the cheat sheet down below, definitely go grab that. But again, thank you guys for staying till the end of this video. I truly appreciate it. But until next time, I'll catch you guys at the next one. Peace.